Good morning, everyone. Anthony, Wall Street Trader, 8:26 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is Thursday, December 16, 2021. This is not financial advice, it's educational. Click the subscribe, share the video, click the thumbs up. We're here to talk about RLC or iExec. Man, oh man, look at this. We drew this. This was a projected bottom based on one of our other familiar pairs, the inner strength of RLC, which is RLC Bitcoin. So RLC US dollar, because we didn't really have a good way to get a view in terms of where we thought this bottom would be, it was very important that we had to go into one of the underlying pairs. For those who have been watching this long enough know that I look at RLC Bitcoin and Bitcoin itself. When you multiply these two ratios together, which is really RLC over Bitcoin multiplied by Bitcoin over US dollar, you get RLC US dollar, mathematically speaking. So, when you have no way to determine where you think RLC US dollar is going, well, you go to you go to the inner strength and you go to Bitcoin to figure out and project where those things are going. So clearly, as we spoke about, we drew this yellow line on the last video to indicate that we thought this was a reasonable area of support based on, relatively easier to find areas of resistance in the past. And as such, we've had a nice bounce off of that, close to that area or line that we thought was a reasonable area of support going forward. So we do have a nice bounce off of that. So let's go to RLC really quickly. We're back we're back over this support line at 281, and now looking like resistance up ahead at 319. Going over to RLC Bitcoin, we do have a resistance area 6236. Support looking like way down here, 5,300, a meaningful, at least 10% width here. So still a little uneasy for the RLC investor, but long-term wins out. Short-term nervousness is not a good thing when you're dealing with the long-term stuff. So just understand the bigger picture. It looks like we do have a reasonable support at 53.49. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is actually looking pretty and relatively good. And I drew this triangular thing again. We've done it in the past, however, didn't quite work out the way we had thought. I think we had done it up here, but this is a more meaningful look relative to prior rectangles that we've seen, where you dip into the rectangle, you consolidate on the left side at the on the upper part of the rectangle, and then on the right side, after you have a large drop, which is the midsection of the triangle, you have a lot of price action on the lower side of the rectangle. So again, you come down, start filling out the top left, and then you dip all the way down to the bottom and then fill out the bottom right. Same thing over here. Filling out the top left, filling out the bottom right. And so this, in each of these prior cases, has resulted in a massive uptrend. Now look at this one. We went from 40K to 67K. So if you think that running from here 48K or 49K to 68K is like almost impossible, well, we've done this before on several occasions. Down here, 29 to 52, 40 to 67, and now we're at 46. It's a much higher number, and the bar, it's actually pretty smaller in terms of the oomph we need to break out of this, and ultimately we need to break out of this broadening wedge, which is the second bullish pattern next to the rectangle, is 52K, roughly around 52K is what we need to break, and then I think we are on our bullish way to at least 68K. Now Bitcoin dominance also taking a nice turn for the worse, which is favorable to altcoin holders, obviously. And we do have a nice resistance area here, clearly intact, and we have pressed down from it, as we would expect. Look at this. We've literally almost two lines of resistance pulling it all the way down, and where we go from here might probably be down to 40.50. It's my projection, at least in the near term. But RLC is looking good. It's back in the game. Looking very, very sad for a little bit, but you need a little bit of Bitcoin positivity in order to get RLC revved up again, and clearly starting to see that. So keep you posted on Twitter. Take care.